Hello YouTube, my name is Randy. I'm Kimberly's husband from Essential Soaps. And the other day when we were doing some bath salts or body scrubs, I mentioned the homemade fudge, or Kimberly did, that I had made over the holidays. So she had a big response over and everybody wanted to know and wanted to see how it was made. So I'm taking time to do that, and while I sat there doing this one, anyway, more joyful, but I'm doing the best I can. Alright, first of all, we have our ingredients. First of all, you need a good saucepan, a nice thick metal one, stainless steel. Alright, you need an 8x8 clear glass pan for, or you could use a 9x11 depending on how thick, you want your fudge to be. Alright, you need 4 cups of granulated sugar, 1 cup of milk, 1 tablespoon of real butter is what we prefer. I mean, you may want to use margarine. It depends on what you would like. I personally like real butter. 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, and 2 cups of peanut butter. Now, this is just a touch over. It's 18 ounces because it's the Jif. The Peter Pan, I believe, is 13 ounces. Either one will work. And it just depends on what you like. And if you want, peanuts in your fudge, you can also get the crunchy brand of the peanut butter to use. I like the creamy myself. And actually, the recipe calls for 2 cups of peanut butter, which is 16 ounces. Alright, and of course I have my large spoon for stirring. You need a large spoon, especially when it gets to boiling, because you don't want it to boil up and it actually pop on you or anything like that. So a large spoon to keep you away from it. And of course my spoon for dipping out my fudge when it's done, or my peanut butter, and a knife to cut the butter with. Okay. Oh, and I also have a timer. And the timer is important. You can only boil, once it comes to a boil, you can boil exactly 4 minutes. If you overboil it and too long, the fudge will turn more of a brittly and be easier to fall apart, and it's just not as good. So exactly 4 minutes. So I use the timer. Now, during the Christmas holidays, I made some fudge with some Nutella, which is a hazelnut Nutella, and it was really good. And I also put some black walnuts in it, and that all I did was, it's the same recipe. I just substituted the peanut butter for the Nutella, so it was really easy. All right, let's get started. Let's make some fudge. Hello YouTube. Well, let's get started cooking some fudge. I'm going to set the eye on a medium heat of about 7. You don't want it to burn, so you don't want to cook it on high. Alright, first thing you do is you add 4 cups of sugar into your pot. Alright, then you add 1 cup of milk. When I was looking for this recipe, I was looking for something that would be easy and simple, and I found this online, and so I tried it, and it was great, and I love it. Alright, you got medium heat. You stir in your sugar and your milk. Get it all mixed up really good. My wife's got me working way over here so she can have the camera on what's making it. You just sort of keep stirring it. You don't want anything to stick. This recipe is really quick, and it's simple, and it's very good. Of course, you can play with the peanut butter fudge. You can put some nuts on top of it, some walnuts or anything when you get done. Or you could sprinkle it with powdered sugar.
You could even put coconut in it, couldn't you?
You could put coconut in it, yeah. You can accessorize. That's the word, accessorize.
Accessorize. Now, but you don't do that now.
No,
Any kind
it's
of
got to be
additives
finished.
that goes in, it
Once
goes
it's
in
finished.
after the peanut butter, right?
Right.
Okay, and the vanilla and the butter. And we got the 2 teaspoons of vanilla and the 1 tablespoon butter, and we got it all ready to go.
Alright. I'm going to turn it up just a little till we get a little bit more heat.
Alright, and this is on our big eye on our kitchen stove, and we've got it on 9, and right after 9 is high. And that's just to get it started.
I've got it on about 8.
You got it on 8. Okay, got it on 8.
Yeah, I'll bring it down once it gets everything melted good.
Alright.
But yeah, this recipe is really quick. Doesn't take long at all. I mean, you can have the whole thing done in 15 minutes or so, or less.
Well, let's see. It's at 5:35, and we've been working on it for, what, about a minute?
Mm-hmm. I like to stir it occasionally just to make sure it doesn't stick on the bottom or anything.
And do you let it boil for 4 minutes before you put the peanut butter in it?
Once the sugar and the milk have mixed and it comes to a boil and starts to boil, you set your timer right then, and then you let it boil exactly 4 minutes. Don't boil it over. It will make your peanut butter fudge sort of crumbly. And you really don't want that.
Alright, and then you add the peanut butter.
After you take it off the eye, yes.
Okay.
And you also add the butter and the vanilla.
Okay.
While that's doing, I'm going to go ahead and try this tinfoil. I met a lady at Walmart today, and we were talking about fudge. Met her in the tire center. How about that? And she said she always puts tinfoil in her pan to make it easier to do when you pull it out. So I thought, well, I'm going to try that. And she said then once your fudge is made and hardened, you can just lift the tinfoil up and cut it however you want. Now I'm also going to use a little bit of cooking spray. This is a non-stick canola, which is what we generally use, or you can use butter.
Do you do that when you don't put tinfoil in?
I do.
Okay.
I do on the glass, so I'm going to go ahead and do it with the tinfoil.
Hang on a minute. It's got a little thing right here. Let me get that. I don't know if I'm making it better or worse.
That's okay.
There we go. I think I got it.
Anyway, I'm going to spray a little of this in here, non-stick in here, just because I don't want the fudge sticking. Alright, and like I said, as we use canola, go ahead and move the camera back over to the pot. As they say, it's starting to perk a little. You can see how thin the sugar and the milk is getting. And like I said, this is the easiest recipe that I have ever tried. I once met a lady in Florida. Me and my wife was driving a truck, and she's the first one who got me thinking about making fudge. And her recipe was really hard to do.
You had to stir it for 45 minutes.
Yeah, it took a long time to do and everything. And then when I saw this one, it was like it just clicked. It's easy, it's simple, it's fast, and it really tastes good. Of course, now I'm type 2 diabetic, so I can't have a lot of it. But my family sure does enjoy it. You see how thin it's getting now? That's what we want. Just keep it stirring every now and then. You don't have to stir it constantly. It's not going to stick that easy.
But it hadn't come to a boil yet, right?
No.
Okay, so we haven't started the timer.
No, but it's getting closer. Oh, I see my first perk up right there.
Bubbles?
Just
there
now
it goes.
fixing to start. I let it get just a little bit more before I start my timer.
Okay. We got bubbles.
There we go. Let's set the timer.
Here, I'll do it right here. We're going to set it. You have to go back and then come forward, and we're setting it right on.
4 minutes.
Oh, that's no good. 4 minutes.
Alright. And you can see, as I'm saying, it's boiling pretty good now. It didn't take long to get started. But you definitely do not want to cook it over 4 minutes. And you cook it at a good boil.
And now we turning it down now to
I'm
low?
going to turn it down, not hardly to low, just a little bit above low, just to keep them.
It's on 4.
Yeah, just to maintain a good boil and to keep stirring it.
And if you don't stir it, it'd boil over, I guess.
I'm sure it would. Yeah, this lady I met in Walmart, she used marshmallow cream to make her fudge. I told her my recipe, and she said that sure does sound a lot easier.
And so, like, instead of, she put peanut butter and marshmallow cream?
No, she mixed marshmallow cream with some sugar and some different things and heated it, and that's how she made her fudge, and put peanut butter in it. But she had to do it a little differently. This is so simple, and everybody has sugar around, and most folks have a cup of milk.
Mm-hmm.
So
you might could even use soy milk.
I don't know.
You know, for people that are allergic to milk or don't drink milk, but we've not tried it, y'all.
No. So we can't say it'll work.
Yeah, and you could use margarine if you didn't use animal products.
That's true.
Right. But I think we can all agree on the real vanilla.
Oh, yes, you got to use real vanilla. Don't use that old imitation stuff.
Yeah.
Got to keep it as natural as possible. I've got 2 minutes left. And like I said, once it starts boiling, I just keep a stir and just make sure she don't stick on the bottom and let it cook real good.
And do we take it off the eye immediately when the 4 minutes?
As soon as the 4 minute clicks, you take it off the eye.
Okay, then I better.
You put everything in it. You put your butter and your vanilla in first. Then you spoon your peanut butter in. And then as you're stirring the peanut butter and mixing it in, you'll just watch it start turning.
Well, you know, my creative brain was working, and I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun to put in the peanut butter and some marshmallow cream?
Oh yeah, or just some marshmallows. Those little small marshmallows.
Yeah, you could do sort of a rocky road.
Yeah.
You could take, wouldn't this be fun? Do peanut butter fudge, but then take Hershey's chocolate bars and break them up.
And put them
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Now let's just take it off the eye.
No, set it right here in this one.
Okay. We're gonna set it right over here.
Yep.
All right.
You
Now
can put Hershey's chocolate.
We're gonna put our
and peanut butter, and the peanut butter one, you can put Hershey's chocolate, marshmallows, and nuts.
All right. Now you put all your peanut butter in. My mother-in-law really loves me to make this because her and my father-in-law love peanut butter fudge. And she's after my recipe. I told her I would help her make some, and then she would know from then on.
Or Hershey's chocolate.
You put chocolate chips
Chocolate chips and little baby marshmallows and nuts.
Yeah.
And that would be good. So now we put we put a tablespoon of vanilla. No, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, a tablespoon of butter, and 16 ounces of peanut butter.
Is stir it really good so that it melts all that peanut butter into the sugar. You got to stir pretty brisk too, because if you don't, it might not melt.
A whisk might be handy.
It might be. I just never have used one.
I had one fresh out of the dishwasher. You want to try it?
No, I've got it.
Okay.
See, it's already starting to set up some. Of course, my wife hadn't told you, I love to cook anyway, so. Alright, see how it's starting to get thick?
Oh, we forgot to turn the eye off.
Alright,
Okay.
Now, we're going to pour into our pan. every drop out of there that I can, then let Kim have the pot to lick.
Don't tell my dirty little secrets.
I'm sorry, I had to. Alright, now, once it's in your pan, just like you would do anything
There's a little
else
bit more in
that's
here.
good. You want to sort of brush it to the sides and fill up all the corners. Just like that. And it's done. And that, folks, is my peanut butter fudge. See how easy that was?
Now, what will we do? What will we do next to set it up?
I generally put it in the refrigerator on the shelf after it's set here for about 5 or 10 minutes.
So you let it cool.
What time was it a minute ago when we started?
It is 5:45.
What time did we start?
Wasn't it 5:35? But we said we'd been working in a minute, so that was like roughly 11 minutes.
11 minutes to make fudge. How about that, folks? 11 minutes. And husbands, your wife will be happy.
And the Nortelli was really, 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 really good.
It was good.
Okay. So now, you'll let this sit here for 5 minutes, and then you're going to stick it in the refrigerator.
And it'll take about an hour for it to cool off good.
Okay. All right, everybody. So hang on with us. And in a minute, we'll cut this and see how it does. Okay. Here is my husband's fudge. And now, you let it sit for about 5 minutes on the counter, and then you put it in the refrigerator. It's been in the refrigerator for about an hour.
About an hour, yes.
Okay, and so now we're trying this new method, which is taking it with the tinfoil. We've not done this, or you've not done this before. I've never made this before, have I, baby?
No.
I always just get out of the way and let you make it.
Look how nice that came out.
All right, hang on a second.
Did good.
Let's pull this forward so they can see better.
Okay, now let's see if we can just ease the edges down. And look what a pretty piece of fudge we have.
I know it. Let me get under it.
No, you're gonna crack it. It's still not totally hard.
Oh, you're right.
It
needs to
leave it setting right like it is.
Okay.
All right, but I will cut just a little piece off and try it.
Okay. And so, when you do this, how long till it's like set up hard?
I would let it set for another hour or so on the counter now.
But no more time in the refrigerator unless you were in a hurry?
No, it's not necessary.
Okay,
now,
hang on.
I want you to look. What a nice piece of fudge that is.
Get it up closer.
Closer to
the
me?
Fudge closer to the...
There we go. See there, how pretty.
Alright, I'm going to bring it up to
fudge.
you. I'm panning it up, Rainy. I'm panning it up.
Okay. Here's the true test.
Creamy. Silky.
That's good.
Here, give me a bite.
What do you think?
It literally melts in your mouth. I mean, it just literally melts in your mouth.
You must try this at home.
This is awesome.
And husbands, cook some for your wife because it's really easy to do.
And definitely rewarding.
Oh, in many, many ways.
Oh.
That's really good.
Let's pan.
Thanks, you two. Y'all have a good evening. Hope you enjoy the recipe.
Oh, and please subscribe.
Oh, yes.
Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Please add your comments.
Yes.
And if you'd like to go to the main channel page, your wife's face is either on the right or the left. And if you click on that, you can go to my main channel page and browse my videos. And I have some cooking videos, but I have a lot of how to make homemade soap. Okay, so let's look at it one more time because it's so beautiful.
You cracked it a little bit.
I know, I was a bad girl. I'm just not a good fudge cooker.
Well, it's still almost perfect.
You know what?
And it tastes really good.
When you eat it, it won't matter.
It won't. I don't think your mom and dad will mind it a bit. They're going to get some of it.
Yeah, we'll have to take them a big square of it over. Okay, say bye to YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.